It is finally time for the finale of the Winter Short Track Series. After 4 hard weeks of racing, we are finally down to the 5th race, the finale, and let's see if I can finally get out of 5th place. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, they're in a playlist down below. Be sure to watch them because this is a series. For the finale, I'm kind of locked in to 4th place overall because I've been so consistent with 5th and everyone around me has jostled around and changed position. So I'm 4th overall. My gearing for all of the previous races was a 32.18. I decided to go bigger, 32.17, because this course is so fast. My goal is to get out of 5th place. If I can do that, I mean, if I get 5th, it's whatever. But if I can get out of 5th, I did something, right? So let's take a look. The weather's perfect. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification. As you know, the race videos don't get as much love as like the review videos, but everybody enjoys these. It's just for some reason the algorithm doesn't pick them up. So let's move on to the actual racing. Let's see what happens, y'all.
Ready, go! 5. Ready, go!
So right here, I actually had to talk myself off a ledge. I got a great start, man. I was clipped in. It was probably my best start of this 5-race series. When I noticed that I was the first person off the line, I was just hammering it, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up. You gotta calm down a little bit, sir. Because I am notorious for just going as hard as I can the first lap, blowing up and just sucking. Calm myself down. I'm like, all right, let some people by, sit on some people's wheels, get a little recovery in.
Get off the car!
So in all honesty, 32.17 is where it's at for me. I don't think I could really push a bigger gear up some of these little punchy climbs, but my start was perfect, right? It was almost a carbon copy of week 3 maybe. So I was 3rd in the woods, right behind Robert Marion and Justin McKean, some of the 2 quickest guys out here, right? The week that I had a 32.18 on, I wasn't even able to hold the wheel for a single lap. I made it about 3/4 of the way through and I blew up everywhere. And then what's going through my head at this moment, I'm really just thinking I've got good placement, not really sure where the rest of the group is. I haven't looked behind me because my heart rate's probably at 180, but my goal was just to sit on their wheel. If I can sit on their wheel for a couple laps, I will have a good gap. We have the Masters men, they start maybe 30 seconds in front of us, but we caught their group that started before us before the end of the first lap. So it adds in an entirely new dynamic. You have to make sure that you get around when the guys that you're chasing get around, because you can lose a lot of time getting stuck in, I'm gonna call it lapped traffic, even though we're in 2 different categories.
That whole line.
So if you remember that week 3 when I was in this same exact spot, right here is where I got dropped, right on this hill. That hill right there, that is what popped me. I did it a little bit more strategic. Race number 3, I went until I blew up. This time, I kind of monitored my effort a little bit better, and I knew once I got over top of this hill, I had kind of planned I'm gonna let them go at that point. Because they got me, you know, a lap and a half in. I lasted longer this time. I think both of them still had a taller gear than me. Not like I could have pushed a bigger one anyway, but I had to ride my own race at this point. I could not sit on their wheel or else I would blow up.
Go camera!
Shout out to the Heckle Hill guys, because every week they came up with a new theme of what they were gonna do, and this time they had a full-on electric guitar out there. It took it up a notch. I mean, that was fun. You guys are awesome.
Go get him, buddy.
So Nick was not too far behind us, and he catches me on the straightaway here. Since I did have a taller gear this time, when Nick came around me, I had enough to get on his wheel. This is my strategy here. Basically, I got dropped from the 2 leaders. Nick, who is actually the series leader, he is winning overall. I wanted to sit on his wheel. I wanted to draft off of him. And Nick was definitely stronger than me on, well, he's just stronger than me in general, but I felt like his pace in the woods was definitely a pace that was more manageable for me. I was able to recover in the woods. I think half of that is because he's on these skinny tires, and I don't know what they were inflated to, but he was slipping and sliding a little bit. That actually played to my benefit because I was able to recover in the woods.
You were sliding around.
So Nick pulls me up to that hill again, and again, this is where I'm getting dropped at, is these little punchy climbs. Nick is strong. I mean, I couldn't sit with him. So again, I'm trying to limit my losses here. I'm trying to ride smarter than I did in week 3. I let that gap open, and I'm gonna keep pressure on the pedals, keep riding my pace. I'm riding my race this time. I'm not trying to ride somebody else's race. And this is one thing that I love about racing a bike, or any endurance sport for that matter. You go through so many emotions in the span of a 40-minute high-intense race like this that you learn a lot about yourself. So Once Nick dropped me, I'm like, all right, I've still got this great gap. And then I look behind me and I can see Charles and I see Jamie. And I'm like, oh, dude, they're gonna rotate through with each other. They're gonna catch me. Well, it's not terrible. At least I'm getting out of 5th. I'll get 6th place today, right? But as soon as that thought enters my head, I'm like, no, you came here to do better than 5th. Let's go for 4th place. Keep the pressure on. Don't blow up, because if they catch you, I know that I've got a halfway decent sprint. If I can hold on to their wheel, I will. I will hold on to their wheel, and I will try to out sprint them. But if I can just keep the pressure on, ride smart, don't crash, don't ride above my head, I think I can hold them off.
Yeah, one back. All right, come on your left here. Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Away from this.
That's that. One back. One back. Appreciate you, buddy.
Go get it, buddy.
One back. One back, one back. Left side. Thank you.
Come on, Kevin. Good job, Todd, Mallet. Good job, gentlemen.
So Jamie and Charles did race each other. They played a little mind game on that last lap, which I think helped me a little bit. But when I rounded that final corner, it wasn't as exciting because I didn't have somebody to sprint with. I could see them far enough back, I sat up. But I got 4th place. I finally got out of 5th place. For the first time this year, I was not 5th, and in the good direction. Guys, this is such a fun local series to do. I mean, we had 40 plus racers in my category, and that's great. I ended up 4th overall, had a lot of fun, loved racing everybody out there. Everyone was super, super nice and respectable. So I am proud of where I'm at with my fitness. Again, I was using this series to kind of jumpstart like the high intensity efforts that I'm gonna have to produce later on. Thanks for joining me on this journey of the Winter Short Track series. I appreciate Neil and the crew for putting it on. You guys always do a good job. Good job, guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Charles.
Charles, Robinson.
Thank you.
Jamie, good job, guys.